Hello everyone, so today I'll be doing a fairly comprehensive-ish, maybe, review of my Zombie Tools Zakasushi, which I ordered a while ago and got in a couple of weeks ago. So I'll be going over everything I can think of that pertains to the Zakasushi. So first, I'll just show it to you. This is it in its Kydex sheath, which it comes with. Oops. And I've rigged up some paracord through the sheath to make some loops. This one's looped around the sword itself for some reason, but belt loops. And I'll take the sword out. There we go. Due to these little things here that were heat formed around, it has some grip on the sword whenever it's fully in the sheath. It's roughly 30 inches long. It's made of 5160 spring steel, tempered to, hardened and tempered to, I think, 53 Rockwell C, which is fairly hard. I haven't tested it myself, but that's what the ZT guys say on their website. It's got a very extraordinarily pointy tip, which is not really much of an edge at the tip, but the edge goes from roughly this point here all the way back to about there. It's about a little over 200 thousandths thick, between 200 and 210. So not quite a quarter of an inch. Either they got some thinner stock or they ground a good bit of thickness off. It's made with, I'm guessing, 6061 aluminum on the hilt. That is quarter-inch thick with a couple of steel rivets through to keep it on, and it's all wrapped up with leather that they say they got in Montana. I have no method of verifying where anything's from, so I'm just taking their word for it. It's got the newer ferric chloride acid etch along the entire length of the blade and the hilt, and it's got the ZT logo etched, I'm guessing, in. It might have been electrochemically etched. I'm not sure exactly what process they used for that. The balance point is right about there. So right around where this curve on the top of the blade ends, and it's very comfortable. You can fit two hands on it, but you do not by any means need two hands to wield this sword. It weighs around 2 pounds. I don't remember exactly what the weight on it is, but it's very comfortable for slashing and stabbing with one hand or two. It's more than capable of one-handed work, and you can get two hands on it for extra heavy-duty chopping. The Kydex sheath is made with, I believe, the 90 thousandths thick Kydex, or 93, something like that, with a number of grommets, I suppose. I think that's what they are, probably, which keep the two halves of the sheath together. It's a heat-formable plastic, which I haven't used, but requires a bit more setup than I'm comfortable using. But those grommets do allow for very convenient and modular setup of however you want to carry it. You could lash it to your back, you could lash it to your belt, you could do any number of things with it. And it hangs very well with the paracord setup that I have. I'm trying to think of what else I should talk about. All in all, it's a pretty good sword. Seems to be. It's got a little bit of flex to it. It's really difficult to flex it without putting it in a vise and cranking down on it, which I do not want to do. I think they retail, well, they don't retail, but they sell them for, I think, $325, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very nice sword for not a whole lot of money, relatively speaking. This is very good quality for not too much money. The edge is good and sharp. It's not super paper slicing sharp, but as a sword it doesn't need to be. In fact, when it's really, really sharp as a sword, that's a detriment because the edge will end up degrading faster over time because it's thinner and less strong. So a slightly duller, more tough edge is vastly preferable on a sword. And it has a fairly deep bevel going all the way down. It's actually less wide at this point than it is here. It widens the entire bevel along the length of the blade. I've got some gun oil on this right now to keep it nice and fresh looking. Just some birchwood Casey gun oil. Every now and again I'll just sprinkle some on a paper towel and wipe it across the blade. And that keeps it rust free. I don't know if the ferric chloride coating keeps it rust free at all, but I'd rather not take the chance. All in all, a very good sword if you're looking for a one-handed sword. I mean, really, if you're looking for one sword, just one sword that you'll never buy another sword, really this is not a bad sword at all. I would be happy just having this sword and no others. But I'm gonna get more swords eventually. Get and make more swords. But this is a very good all-around useful sword. One of these days, next year sometime, whenever I get my concealed carry license, I'll be able to open carry this around. Because here in Georgia you can't carry a blade of any longer than 5 inches unless you have a concealed carry permit, in which case you can carry anything you want, open or concealed. So I'll eventually be able to carry this in the open, and that'll be fun. But thought I'd give a shout out to the ZT for Life page on Facebook. Really one of the, definitely the biggest collection of Zombie Tools blades I've seen anywhere. He's a huge patron of the guys at Zombie Tools. Seems to spend all the money he has on them, but he apparently has enough money to keep buying more. But I'll put a link to that in the description. If you're looking for a really good sword for a decent price that's not going to fail you if you use it right, and even if you use it a little bit wrong every now and again, can't go wrong with Zombie Tools. They're slick blades, very nice. I'm glad I spent the money on it and waited to get one. So, in the meantime, take care and have a great day.